Hi, welcome back to today's Morning Report on Friday the 19th of June with me, Rich Pro Market Analyst at Handtech Markets. And moving on to Euro-Dollar now, and this Euro-Dollar chart again seems to have sort of be failing really. I mean, we had that big move to the, I say big move, we had that move to the upside that looked to be breaking out. Now, I'll sort of zoom in a little bit here so you can see these daily candles a bit better. And it's sort of failed again. It's not a shooting star, or not in my book anyway, because it's still a positive candle just. But the fact that we broke above 1384, which was these highs here from early June, but failed again, and you've seen sort of a rolling over now of on the intraday chart. I'll show you in a minute, but you've seen a rolling over of the momentum indicators, and it's just again, look at this, the RSI. It was pushing above 60, but it's now, but again, closed back below 60. So once more, you're sort of still stuck in arguably this range scenario, and I think that is still the case. You've sort of failed, obviously, underneath that 1466 level, because the high yesterday was sort of 30 pips below that, and it still seems as though the resistance in place, and you're just a little bit worried about the correction, because now if I show you the intraday chart, you'll see here that you've sort of rolled over. You've arguably completed a head and shoulders top pattern. So let's measure that. So it's 1340 down from, it's about 100 pips to the downside, so it could be back towards sort of 1240. So that's right back into the middle of this trading band here, and not only that, if I zoom out, there is you could argue, bit of a pivot level around 1280, sort of arguably a pivot level, old resistance, capturing a few, and interestingly enough, that's round about where we're sort of trading at the moment. So that's 13 figure. I'm completely making that up. Anyway, around sort of 1280, 13 figure, there is sort of a band of support initially. So if we started to trade below that sort of band of support, I would say that your chances are we're going to have a retracement back towards 12 figure, because 12 figure is your band of support near term. Seems to have been again a bit of a pivot level here, sort of capturing the highs, lows, few lows here. So 12 figure is your near term important support, I think, because if you start to see a move below that 13 figure and consistently breaking below it, I think that, as I said, you could well see move back towards that 12 figure. That there is a head and shoulders top pattern measured through there, left hand shoulder, head, right hand shoulder, bang to the downside. There's also, as part of that, you had a bearish key 1 hour reversal. So it's just all sort of adding up towards a corrective near term outlook. Looking at these momentum indicators as well, you're seeing the RSI, which had been sort of finding support above 40, or around that 40.38, is now sort of falling back towards the low 30s. You're seeing the MACD lines on the hourly chart falling away quite sharply. You see the stochastics into bearish configuration. So all these indicators are sort of pointing towards a more corrective outlook in the very near term, and I think you could well see a move back towards 112 therefore, as part of this sort of this correction that we seem to be sort of building up for. I think Euro remains very choppy generally. It seems to have been that, again, no decisive move. We've had this sort of choppy trading for a while now, no real sort of direction that we're getting off this chart. We're still trading underneath this big resistance. Sorry, let me just sort that out. Still trading underneath this big resistance at 1460 area, and I think that it's going to continue like that for a while. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the Greek scenario, but still, from a longer term perspective on the technicals on Euro, we're still range bound. We're still seeing the RSI underneath 60, so that's a range bound configuration. And just generally speaking, it is again looking corrective on a near-term basis, so it looks like that is the way it's going. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading on Euro today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.